Welcome back once more to the Wings versus Rings podcast. Keeping it going after that long break, we hit the return and let's just get to it. Some mid-season awards.
Yes, sir.
I personally, we're gonna try to avoid, not avoid necessarily, but we're gonna not beat a dead horse and talk about the Eagles' past every single podcast, even though it's what we love.
We could.
Um,
Yeah, we could.
but I wanted to show some love around the league. Also talk trade deadline since that's coming up here. And let's just give some awards, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
All right,
sir.
MVP is
Uh,
traditionally a quarterback award. I don't want to do that 24/7. So my MVP thus far, to no one's surprise, would be Colts running back Jonathan Taylor, and no surprise because we're taking out quarterbacks. Well, I did.
I'm
I
not
did.
taking out quarterbacks.
Well, I did.
Hell no. You said we talk about the pass and the Eagles too much, but here I go again. Nah, it's Drake May for me. Drake May. Uh, he's just carrying a bunch of bums. I mean, it's probably Patrick Mahomes realistically right now, but I'm hoping there's a little voter fatigue a little bit. But also, I think Drake May actually has like a legitimate like case as to be MVP, just in terms of statistics. Um, highest completion percentage, good TD to interception ratio, highest passer rating,
The most important part, eye test.
and eye test, and also he's like the most prolific deep ball passer in like NFL history. Small sample size, whatever. Like he's ridiculous. He's an outlier. It's insane what he's done this year. He has like 3 incompletions on 20+ yard throws. Like,
He's pretty fantastic. But Jonathan Taylor's just doing something with the team that I have no expectations for. I also don't think he'll be
great.
a legitimate option when it comes down to the real voting process. So just wanted to give him some
Yeah,
love here. He's already, excuse me, already approaching what 15 touchdowns on the year halfway through. I think last time I
yeah. I think
checked, he
he's
was
on
at
pace for
13.
30.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think he's
it's
on pace for 30.
pretty
Something
insane,
crazy.
and kind of goes hand in hand with the next award that I have on my list, which is Coach of the Year. I put Shane on here, but I also did want to not just be like Colts, Colts, Colts. So I put a slash for Mike Vrabel because what he's done
I
is
appreciate that
fantastic. With
consolation
with
prize.
the Patriots, I wouldn't say that it was a consolation prize,
Nah,
but
he's been great, but Shane Steichen, the way the Colts have been so far, it's like they're so historically great. It's like I love Mike, I love the turnaround, but there's somebody else out there that's just going crazy. Sorry to cut you off though, but I did want to talk about Jonathan Taylor a little bit.
oh yeah, for sure.
Um, he he's so special to me this year. Like he has like a more of a legitimate MVP case to me than like let's say Saquon Barkley last year, just because Saquon had a lot going with him as well. You know what I mean? Like people had a lot of expectations on top of all that. Like he was supposed to have a good year. There's a lot of great stuff around him. Like Jonathan Taylor, do we expect him to be good? Yeah, not like
Not like this.
great. Yeah, like this is like he's gonna break like LaDainian Tomlinson's like rushing touchdown record potentially and things of that nature. But what really stands out to me is like in the NFL, you run the ball to keep the team honest. It's almost a net negative play most of the time. It's just to keep the NFL defenses honest and to just bleed the clock and control time again. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not because it's an EPA thing or you know what I mean. It's not actually the advanced statistics wouldn't tell you to run the ball as much as you do in the NFL. He is running at a clip in
Yeah,
terms of
six
yards per
like six
carry, in
yards
terms of
per
touchdown,
carry. Yeah,
where he would be a top 10 passing offense in and of himself through the ground game. That to me is unprecedented level of greatness. I know it's not just him, good O line, great calling. Everyone else is elevating, but he if anyone has had a legitimate MVP case that hasn't been a quarterback since Sean Taylor to me, or since Adrian Peterson, I believe actually, to me is Jonathan Taylor. Now, it's kind of hard to predict this continuing for 9 more weeks for me, but if it did, I would not be upset with him winning MVP.
that's pretty
To be
crazy.
honest,
He's averaging like 18 yards. Um, sorry, he's averaging 106.3 yards per game, which is like four more than last year. That to me kind of caught me off guard. However, his yards per attempt are up by almost 2 yards.
yes,
Like it's
yeah,
insane how. I mean, I don't know what the yards are before contact, but I gotta like kind of to you know I'll give credit to the offensive line as well for the success. It's just been insane. it's so successful. He's also, he's versatile. He's a threat in the receiving game as well. He's so talented. At one point, this is embarrassing to admit, but at one point, got into an argument on Instagram, in
Mm,
comment section argument. I was defending my boy Miles Sanders, and this was like 2021, and before JT's 2021 season, of course. And they were saying, would you trade straight up like Miles for JT? Big argument in the comment section. Embarrassingly enough, I said I wouldn't. I'm biased.
huh.
Jonathan Taylor is miles better than Miles, no pun intended. It's just not close, but it's been an incredible season so far. He's on pace for what? Like he's on pace for 21, 22 is what they're saying. Like 100 yards a game. He's definitely going to hit the 1600 mark, I feel like.
Yeah.
Got to
He's
hope it
definitely at the
continues at the rate it's
1600,
going.
probably 20 tuds. I do, if it does continue at the rate it's going, it would be probably the greatest. I don't want to put that on it yet because there's more to it that goes into like the greatest running back season, but like statistically, I mean, it would definitely be up there. I also like he's just been carrying this team, like, no pun intended. Like, I don't know if Daniel Jones just isn't this pumpkin or something. You know what I mean? Like, this offense is more prolific than the 2007 Patriots offense, and there's a lot of cogs in this machine, but he's the biggest. And I feel like if it wasn't positionally valued, it wouldn't even be close. It'd be Jonathan Taylor, but that's just how the NFL
No,
goes.
I
Like,
yeah,
most valuable player,
I think I'm right there with you
gotta be a quarterback.
because yeah, you're right. They're going to give it to a quarterback. I feel like like I feel like in order for a running back to win it at this point in at the NFL, we're talking about an unprecedented year, like 2,500. He can't have a year close to something someone else has already done.
Yeah,
But that said, he's been phenomenal. The Colts have been great. Kind of to piggyback off what you said a little bit, not on my assistant coach shit, but
mhm,
uh, it's been a group project, but he's definitely the leader, and
yeah,
they rely on him. He's what makes everything click because that pass game would not be successful at all, in my opinion, without Jonathan Taylor doing the damage and demanding the type of attention that he does. It's been incredible.
yeah.
So
And it's really not even just his like statistics in terms of like yards per carry and attempts and touchdowns. It's that he's forced the most missed tackles in the league by 20, which is insane through 8 weeks.
I didn't
I
even
think
know
he has
that.
60, and the second closest person has 40. He has them. I believe he has the most yards after contact, but maybe that's Cook now because Cook just had a monster game and he had a bye week. But Cook's not that far off statistically in terms of like stats when you're looking at like rush yards, attempts, touchdowns. But in terms of like how prolific Jonathan Taylor is, he's leading the league in 20 plus rushes, 30, 40 plus rushes. He has the most rushing first downs. Like this dude is amazing. And he hasn't fumbled either. Like he hasn't fumbled once either. He hasn't been a negative in any way. Now James Cook is kind of close when you look at the stat sheets, but I mean when you're watching the games, I mean Jonathan Taylor is just moving different this year.
I completely agree, which is why I feel like we, already talking a bunch about Colts, but it's why I have Shane Steichen as my coach of the year to this point. I don't
Yeah,
want to skip over
he's
him
just gotta
completely.
be.
I love Shane. I miss him every day.
Hmm.
Uh, Something about the Colts hiring Eagles OCs. This one worked out though. Frank, not so much.
I feel like the last one didn't work.
Did you want to continue about Coach of the Year a little more, or
um, Maybe we should give a third place here. Kyle Shanahan's working with the skeleton crew, and it's just impressive to me that he just seems to always get the most juice out of every lemon. Like I don't know, it's crazy to me because every year I'm like, is this guy really worth it? Like he always chokes, like, and every year he proves me wrong. He just proves that he's an elite coach, maybe not the best coach, or maybe not the most you know clutch guy ever, but he just gets it done every year. He's gonna produce. The floor for the 49ers is always going to be high with him.
so?
And I know we're not a big like floor, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like people, because Tomlin, for example, we're both kind of like on that boat of like maybe he shouldn't be in Pittsburgh anymore. It's just so impressive to me when it's like you're on like your third string running back and your third string quarterback and you know what I mean? And it's like you're still going out there and beating NFL teams.
I don't disagree with that. I would just say that. one thing that has bothered me this year about him is you have this prolific running back who I do agree should be touching the ball, but not every single play. He might be the only guy out there. I can't say I blame him for why, but you got to keep McCaffrey healthy. I'm not a super
That
big
Falcons
fan
game was egregious in
of
terms
his
of like
touches.
touches.
Yeah,
It's like
but
5 in a row, like in the final drive of the game. It was crazy, bro.
trying to think, I didn't come prepared for three. But
Oh, you don't have
if I
to. I
had
just
to
wanted
give
to
a third,
throw that
I
in.
this is gonna sound crazy, but I'm kind of glad to not have to like walk back on something I said. I said that I didn't want to rule out Shoddy as being anything good. I think he's been pretty solid so far, with not working with
Definitely
too much. I think
above
he's
my
been pretty,
expectations.
yeah. So if I had to give a third place, I'd probably go with him.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't hate it because he deserves like because considering how low we were, it's almost like we should correct the scales a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like I was expecting nothing from him. Not that he's even a top whatever coach. He's just not been the worst coach in the league. Like I was kind of expecting him to be.
Yeah, and with that, offensive player of the year,
Yeah, I mean, we just it's Jonathan Taylor. It's Jonathan Taylor right now, and we just glazed him for X amount of time. So I'm just gonna move on to who I think is second
actually,
place and
yeah,
who
I
I
was gonna
think
say
could
it's
get there.
JSN.
JSN.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
figured that's where we both
he's
went with it.
he's been amazing.
For
Like
me,
honestly,
ruling out quarterback for my MVP is what made it so that I could give both some respect and some love.
yeah.
Especially because quarterback's going to get enough and already does get enough every single day. So mine is wide receiver from Seattle, Jackson Smith and Jigba. I think we all believed he was good. I just think now he's great. Like to dumb it down
I
a
always
little
thought
bit.
when he coming out of the draft, I was like, this guy's the best or second best receiver in the draft. I didn't think I saw him entering. I mean, he hasn't in this company yet, but like he's starting to get into that Jamar Jefferson tier for me almost. Like he's almost there. I want to see another year or two of consistency, but I mean, if he puts that on,
It's like I don't want to
like
write him
look
off
at someone
fully,
like
but
yeah, I don't want to write him off too early because it's only been 8 weeks, but it's like you look at like Puka and Amon Ra, super elite guys, probably potential Hall of Famers, but I'm like they're not Jamar Jefferson. Like like there's a different tier. I might I might be leaning towards JSN entering into that like realm, but he has like he has 100 more yards than Jefferson does right now on 20 less receptions. So he's been elite in terms of per route run. I think he's leading the league with 11 yards per route run, which is like genuinely,
it's pretty
genuinely insane.
far
Like,
downfield.
and every actual touch, he's averaging 15 yards per touch. Route run is like just how many routes he's ran this year and how many times he's been targeted on those routes. But per reception, he's averaging 15 yards. Like this dude is moving the chains. He has the most 20 plus receptions in the league. He's not doing the best in terms of the touchdown department, but it's nothing. It's not bad either. I think
Hey,
he's like
we
fifth
never really discredited Julio for that.
in receivers. That's true. That's true. But when it's coming down to a race between like him or Jonathan Taylor, I feel like there's going to come discussion. And I was kind of curious. I know I want you to glaze Jason a little bit here too, but I wanted to also pose a question to you after.
Yeah, so I'm
Would a receiver?
oh,
Sorry,
okay.
sorry.
I was just gonna
I was
say
gonna just
that.
give it to you.
So I was just gonna say that to this point, I do think like if we're putting it in the terms of this season, which I think mid season awards is kind of what it's for.
Mhm. Yeah,
He might be the best receiver in the league this year. Like this specific season,
as of up to this day,
I
yes.
think I
Yeah.
was gonna say I think personally I'd say if you don't want to consider him the best because of injuries, to whether it's to the player himself or to his quarterback, i.e. Jamar, that's fine. That's all you all love. I'm biased. I want to put Smitty in the conversation. He's been phenomenal. He hasn't been Jason. 819 yards through 8 games. Like you said, 16. And it's like 16.4. I want to say. So it's it's not like 15.9 or something. He's averaging over 16 yards a catch. It is
Oh
incredible.
wow.
Yes, he's matched his rookie year touchdown rate to this point, and there's half of the year left, and he only needs two to match what he did last year. So I think he's been phenomenal. I think Darnold has been up and down, but when he targets JSN,
Yeah.
good things happen. So they need to
Yeah.
keep getting him the ball. He's been in I always thought that his route running was fantastic from out the draft. I
Yeah.
think he's proven that his speed is an undervalued asset in his game. So that's what I got. So what's the question? Let's hear.
Okay, we're doing right now, right? As of right now, who would win it? That's why we're doing this. So we're not projecting. But let's say we do keep this like scale on. If do you think JSN like beating or breaking Calvin Johnson's record and going for 2,000 plus receiving yards would be more impressive to you than like, for example, someone having 2,100, rushing yards and 20 touchdowns? Like, does the receiving record hold more weight to you than just an elite running back year? Or even let's say even the best running back year. Let's say he breaks LaDainian Tomlinson's rushing or touchdown record just in general. Like, does that hold more weight to you?
Talk
The
about
receiving
are we
yards?
saying like JSN versus JT's trajectory right now? Like
I'm saying if they stay on course and JT has 30 rushing or 30 touchdowns and breaks LT's record, and JSN breaks Calvin Johnson's record and has 2,000 more yards, like what record is more like on the pantheon for you? Which one are you like? This is more impressive to me because I
it's
think it's the
super
receiving yards, to be honest, for me
and
personally.
I yeah, I think I would actually lean the other side just because receiving and not to take anything away from receivers, but I truly feel like when you're running, you depend on your team, right? Regardless of which position you play, for
Yeah,
sure, it's a team sport. But I think when you're a running back and an excellent one at that, like Jonathan Taylor's been this year, as good as his O line is, his surrounding cast isn't necessarily the best, and he just gets it done at an insane clip. So it's more. I guess my answer would probably come down to an eye test thing. For me, I just think it's been more impressive to watch what JT's done in that Colts offense with a team that I didn't have any real optimism for, and it's I just don't want to discredit either year because either year is phenomenal, right? But for me, I think I would lean more towards I would value a 30 touchdown year over breaking a receiving record. That said, though, if you flip it to like he's the triple crown, you know what I mean? Like he's most receptions,
yeah.
most touchdowns. Then
He's
we're
just
talking about a
not.
different
Yeah,
thing. But because
it's just one category for
like
him.
30 touchdowns rushing versus um the Cooper Cup's triple crown year, like I probably would lean Cooper Cup's triple crown year. Does that make sense? Is that weird to say? I don't know.
Well, it's more. I get what you're saying. Like, what's because Cooper Cup had like 17 receiving yard touchdowns, which is like way different than like let's say like 7, which is like what JSN's on pace for. Way different. I just feel like rushing touchdowns are by far easier to come by in comparison,
I don't disagree.
and you're not reliant on so many. You're not reliant on a Sam Darnold to get you the ball. And I don't want to take away from anything from Sam Darnold because he's been playing elite this year. But I think a huge reason of that is because he's had JSN. Like he's had this guy who's just like he's gonna win. He's gonna win at the top of the route, and I'm just gonna hit him. It doesn't matter. Move the chains. Like JSN has been so automatic. I would say he has the potential to get the receiving like crown because he's not that far away in terms of touchdowns, and he's not that far away in terms of receptions, except for a few outliers where Jamar has 70 receptions at this point. Like that is insane. I know you said that 23 reception game. Was it Target?
Targets, yeah,
I think it was Targets,
yeah, but he caught
but
it 16 times. So
he's gonna just get force fed like no other because the situation demands it. Like JSN isn't in a situation where he's gonna be down a lot. Like they're winning a lot. And he's not just gonna get force fed either because they have they have a good quarterback. They could put the ball around the yard. Like he's not gonna get the triple crown, which sucks. But I think if we project his pace out, even if Jonathan Taylor has a 20 100 rushing yards and 30 touchdown year, I think I would lean JSN if he did get 2,000 plus. Now, every receiver, I swear, every year for like the last 4 years has been on pace for Calvin Johnson's record. And obviously, no one's gotten to it yet. But I don't know.
I think it's bound to happen eventually. I if I
Yeah.
was a betting man, I wouldn't bet on it. Is that I don't know if that's crazy to say,
No, I
but
mean,
I
it's
am
not
a betting
crazy to
man. But I
say.
wouldn't put money
It's
on
not
that
crazy to say.
bet.
I also don't think I'd bet on JT breaking LT's record. I feel like I don't want to overreact too much. These records have stand for so long. Like I don't want
Yeah,
to overreact too much.
agreed.
But they're close. This could be the year. I mean, they're that good offensively. These teams.
All right, a lot of offensive love. Let's get it. Let's get our defensive player of the year, and then we'll go defensive rookie of the year, back to back. Little defensive love. So, Depoy for you, I would assume we don't have the same one here. For you, my guess, not to ruin it, but I would guess you're leaning Parsons at this moment.
Uh, I think I would have been, but I Garrett, Miles Garrett just had 5 sacks in that one game.
Five.
Not the one
Yeah,
game should have
Diet
turned it,
soda sacks, dude. That
but
doesn't count for anything.
no, I understand. But it's tough to put that on a defensive player at any point. Like people, defensive players have won the reward on a 6-11 team. Like, um,
Fair.
Miles Garrett, he statistically has it now. Is what I'm saying. Like he's had like no one was like leading, no one was pulling away in my opinion, but now he's leading the league in sacks, or at least tied. I know he just had 5 sacks in one game, but that's 10 sacks on the year. That's elite so far throughout the season. Brian Burns, he's tied with Brian Burns. He has the most TFLs as well, so he's great in the run game. He has the most double team rate. He's double teamed 90% of the time. He has the best pass rush win rate, even though on top of all of that, he's getting double teamed and chipped all the time. He's been an unstoppable force. I love Micah too. He's probably second for me because he's just been so impactful in terms of pressures. And then I think my third would be Will Anderson. He's been great. Texans defense has been great.
Yeah,
And the only winning team on that is the Packers. So maybe that should be the decisive factor. But for me, it doesn't matter that much on depoy. I'm not going to lie.
that makes sense. I think my defensive player of the year to this point, some bias just because I've always been a fan, but I lean Hutchinson. I just
He's
think
been great too.
his return to that defense in a general standpoint, coming back from that type of injury, still putting up some some pretty solid numbers. He's living in the backfield. He's making plays left and right. I think statistically speaking, he doesn't have it. So that's why these are my awards, not the NFL's awards. But I'm definitely leading Hutch, and
Get a vote
like you
today.
said, another USAA USA Today. Sorry, USAA. That's like a bank or something. But yeah, I probably go Aiden Hutchinson just because of some bias. I'm a big fan.
Yeah. No one's really pulling away. Like that's the
I
toughest
agree.
one with these like defensive stats is no one is just the leader. Like there's 3 people in the MVP race that are like have a legitimate case in my opinion. There's 1 or 2 people in the coach of the year. Like there's like 10 plus defensive player of the year like candidates right now that I'm like I wouldn't be upset
Yeah. So
with
Hutchinson to this
half these
point,
guys.
just to kind of he's forced 4 fumbles already on the year. He's got 6 sacks, so not in the double digits like you want, but he's made some plays in some really timely
Delete.
moments. He's hitting the quarterback at a relatively great rate. Like he's getting there. The QB pressures are there, that's for sure. So I couldn't tell you the pressure rate. You came a little bit more prepared with the advanced stats, but
Hmm.
my my vote would probably go to Hutch at this point.
He's been elite. And pressures are almost more important to me than sacks.
22 pressures. He
Sacks
has
are so
22
fickle.
QB pressures on the year, 6 sacks. Um, yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a little biased, and I'm gonna continue on that trail with some biasness, and go with defensive rookie of the year being Jahad Campbell. Uh,
Yeah.
Glaze. That's all I got. This is what it is. It is what it is. That's my dog. No, for real, he's been so versatile for us. We've had to use him as an off-ball linebacker. We've used him as a pass rusher. He's actually played some nickel in moments where we've had some injuries, and like he's been incredible in just plug and play. So I had to show him a little love. Again, I am biased. I think Abdul Carter probably is the front runner in that. So you would
Uh,
probably row him,
yeah.
but
Nah,
I got
I,
Jihad.
I,
I think he's been phenomenal.
I put mine's Jihad Campbell as well, but that's just because he's been so. I mean, elite. I mean, I coming out of college, I was telling you, I was like, this dude's coverage skills have been like they're gonna be next level. He's gonna be sticky. He's gonna do all this. His questions come in the run game, and I feel like he's been pretty decent at that, filling gaps, being physical at the point of attack. Like he's answered some of my questions. I knew he was gonna be great. It was just how long is it gonna take him to ramp up and understand like the physicality that the NFL demands. And he's always been indecisive. And I feel like this year, like he's kind of washed those worries away from me. He's getting downhill. He's being aggressive.
We also
And
has
I'd
a
say second place. Mm,
I'm sorry, I was just gonna say he also has a defensive coordinator who's really big on like you play my scheme in Vic Fangio, and he doesn't like players that don't play within the scheme. So good on Jihad for knowing I'm a rookie. I gotta play within, the position, the
structure, yeah.
roles, yeah, within the great word structure of the defense that he's being coached. He has done a great job. I think we'll see some more pass rush out of him with Nakobe back, and honestly, our pass rush just hasn't been as good as we're hoping for. But I think just
You,
how versatile he's been, how plug and play he's been, he would win the award from me. But again, Philly bias.
you guys got the best linebacking core in the league. close.
We've come so far, man.
My second place though would be Carson Schwarzenegger, and I know that seems crazy. Super low on him coming out of the draft. I guess I haven't said that in here, but still not really sold on him. I just think I'm not. It's almost like with Depoy where no one's really like leading it for me. Like I guess I have a leader, I have a choice, but no one. It's no statistic. Like when you're an off-ball linebacker, like these guys are, there's almost not a lot of statistics that are gonna pop out to you. You know what I'm saying? Like if they're not going at you,
Tackles
that's a
usually, and
positive
that's
thing.
it.
Yeah. And tackles are an indicator to me a lot of time for bad defenses. Like you always see the top 5 tacklers in the league.
I agree.
It's like the 5 worst defenses. So it's like it's not really a stat that pops out to you. And they're both off-ball linebackers. It's not very positionally, you know, influential. Probably
Yeah,
the least important position people consider in the NFL outside of like kicker and punter. But they're needed and they're elite and they've been great. It's just no one again is like pulling away from me like crazy. And something crazy could happen, but as of right now, it's Jack Campbell to me.
I like it. I like it. All right, back on offense. Offensive rookie of the year. I went the same route with no quarterback, but I kind of want to hear yours first. I'm a little
Let's
interested
see.
in this.
Is if people say it's a quarterback, it's starting to get ridiculous. MVP to me, the only award that is like that's going to be a quarterback is that. Everything else out the window. You have to do something special. You have to be a top 5 person at your position to win Depoy or Opoy or O'Roy and Deroy. But for me, it's Tyler Warren as of right now. Best
Good,
offense in the
good
league.
choice. Another
Probably
cog.
the second most important cog. Yeah, they're having that good of a year though, to be honest. And he also is like leading the league. He might have the most yards for a tight end right now. I know Tucker Kraft just had that monster game, but Tyler Warren might already be a top 3 tight end in the league currently. He's elite after the catch. He's a great run blocker
I'm a
and pass
bonehead. I
blocker.
thought we might be able to get him in the second round. I don't know if you remember that, but I was talking about it in mock drafts. Like, is
Well,
it possible?
maybe just because he's a tight end positionally value, but that's an asset to the game that I feel like it's not talked about that much with tight ends anymore. It's just like what can he do for me like in the receiving game? He can do everything for you and pass block and run block his ass off like the next Kittle. He's awesome. And then probably second place would be Igbuka. If people think it's Jackson Dart, that's just frustrating. He
Scat.
hasn't.
Get well, man.
Scout would have been cool, but
It would have
yeah,
been
get
cool.
well.
Get well. That was a nasty injury. Seeing it live was not fun. I think I texted you immediately. Like he's done for the year, bro. Like it was
Yeah.
not a good watch, not a good sight. But what was good, and a little off track for a second, but the way he handled himself going off the field, like it felt like he was trying. He put on. I don't really know how to say it. He didn't let his teammates see himself down, almost like a leadership thing, right? Like I'm not down. This happened to me. I'm good. You guys need to be good. And despite it not really translating to much, it was just cool to see. And clearly his team loves him, and he's a rookie, so that to me is impressive. Like he's already got the room surrounding him, and just rooting for the best. I read off Schefter's report. Granted, I don't think it was the greatest wording, but he said difficult injury, relatively easy rehab, or something of that sort. I'm paraphrasing, but hopefully it goes smooth. He gets healthy. Excited to see him come back next year. Just not those 2 times a year against us.
Yeah. Sorry. I just there's some breaking news I'm seeing right here. Unfortunately, we'll talk about it in a little bit here, but let's finish these awards. Sorry, I want to talk about this after.
Well, no, if it's
It's just
breaking, let's hear it.
I'm not breaking. It's been a few hours, but to me, it's breaking. The Miami Dolphins part away with Chris Greer, their GM.
I did
About
not see
time
this.
that dude was like God in Miami. I think he's been there for like 20 years or something crazy, and he just has not been able to put together a team. Like it's the antithesis of like the worst things about the NFL. Like no physicality, all flash, no fire, like nothing. I'm maybe I shouldn't be glad as a Patriots fan,
I was just gonna say that.
but
I
he
was like, this is kind of
sucks.
a weird dynamic because if I read Jerry is like stepping away from GM duties, like yeah, it's fantastic for the Cowboys. I'd hate it. I mean, it would not be great for me.
No,
But
I mean I hate the Dolphins. They beat us for some reason. Even in the Brady era, they beat us for some reason. But this dude sucks. Like for real, he sucks.
they beat you
And
guys on some nonsense too, though. But let's get right back to it.
oh
You were
yeah,
talking about the second place team or the second place offensive rookie of the year, which happens to be the person I would give the award to. Again, probably a little biased to this one as well, since you've been high on him while he was still in college for the last like 2 years. And anytime I talk about someone so much or you talk about someone so much, it feels like we just end up sharing this belief in that person. So for me, that's kind of what Ibuka's become. I put draft stock into him in fantasy, paid off. He's great. He's great. 562 yards to this point, 34 catches in a rookie year, 5 touchdowns. Dealing with a lot of injuries around him. To me, that's what makes it more impressive, was because like he didn't really get that chance to kind of work into a role. He was like forced to play it immediately, if that makes sense. So I
Yeah.
think he's been really good at coming in and making up for some of the injuries they've had offensively. Them being the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So yeah, I got Ibuka.
Yeah, I just think for me,
Warren's
it's
been
close, but
fantastic.
it's Warren's been awesome. He's like the number one receiving threat on the best team in the NFL. Like or statistically, offense. Like he's awesome.
And when they
Ibuka's
use
awesome
him in the
too. Had to
red
step
zone
up
though,
and do.
have you
Yes.
seen it? The way they use him in the red
Yeah.
zone is like
They use
it's
him
fun
like
to
they were using him
watch.
at Penn State. I didn't think they were going to be using him like that. Honestly, I thought that was like, oh, he's just in college. He's the best player on the
More
team.
credit to Shane, right?
You know what I mean? Yeah, for
Shane's
sure.
fantastic. Miss him so much.
But I didn't. I just was like, oh, he's doing this in the college because he's just the best athlete on his team, the best player on his team. Like Penn State isn't the best, so he can be the dude who chucks the ball. He can be the dude who runs the ball. You know what I mean? Like he can do whatever he wants because he's Tyler Warren. But I didn't think that was going to necessarily translate to the NFL. And I'm also seeing right now, like, because maybe Travis Hunter, if he played offense, had like an outside shot, like he's on IR now because of an injury he
Oh,
sustained in
what?
practice yesterday.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's another like breaking news thing. That's what I wanted to talk about. Like he could have potentially had a case coming on late into the
Yeah,
year.
he was definitely
Either
putting the.
way,
It was like
and he's done.
he was cruising at a line where it felt like no one was pulling away. I guess you could say maybe Warren is pulling away with the award, but people are so
Yeah,
QB dependent that somehow Dart's probably gonna end up getting it. I don't like that, but
that'd be such BS.
all right, comeback player of the year. I don't want to spend too much time on this because I feel like we have the same person, just given what happened to him last year. Maybe I'm wrong, but 49ers running back Christian McCaffrey to come back from whatever he was going through with his calves, his legs, or whatever last year, and to be this touch heavy and putting up some pretty good statistics. He's still Christian McCaffrey. He's still dynamic. He can still beat you with his legs. Well, I guess it's his legs either way, right? But you know what I mean. He can run the ball. He can catch the ball. I'd probably go with CMC.
Yeah, comeback player of the year. It'll be really frustrating because it's gonna be like Daniel Jones, and that's not what the award is at the end of the day. But a quarterback hasn't, or a non-quarterback hasn't won it since like 2017, and they use
He's
it as like
coming
a
in hot
most
with these stats
improved
today, man.
award. No, sorry. Yeah. I didn't look it up or anything. It's just been like some of the stuff I've been consuming
No,
because a
that's
lot of
no.
people are
I'm
doing
not.
like
Yeah, no,
preseason
you're
awards.
fine. I just was saying like these
But
are you're coming in hot. Like I didn't know that off the top of my head. When I think comeback player of the year, I think of like coming back from
someone with an
something,
injury, yeah.
yeah, injury
And
related or
that's what it
something
should
just
be.
insane. Like the Alex Smith
But
one
it's
made
just
total
like,
sense, right? You know.
yeah, that's the best comeback award that's been in the last whatever amount of years because it should have probably been DeMar Hamlin when it was Joe Flacco, just because he came off the couch. Like it's probably gonna be Daniel Jones, and that'll be a travesty. It should be Hutchinson for me. It'd be Hutchinson as of right now.
That's a good point too.
But
That
it
was pretty
it
gruesome.
really should be they should be a most improved player or something because it genuinely is frustrating that this award has just become that some dude
I
is
agree.
just good now so they get
The
it like
Sam
what did they
Darnold
come
Award,
back from
the
mediocreness like
Geno
I
Smith
don't
Award.
it was the Geno Smith award. Yeah, they wrote me off and I got to come back player of the year.
I also kind of want to implement a clutch player of the year. Like I know that they have that in the NBA. I'm totally stealing that,
Yeah,
but
it'd be
I
Baker right
absolutely
now.
love it. I was just say it's Baker because of the one score games, or like
Yeah.
for me, I'm always gonna want to give it to Jay Hurts, my goat.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
yeah, I got a few non NFL named awards that I want to give out. So
sure.
they're supposed to be funny. I got you ready, and then I'm gonna try to have you guess it. I'm gonna give you probably 2, 3 guesses for each one, and then we're gonna move. I'm gonna just give you the answer after that. All right. So here we go. First one is the check his betting account player of the year.
i'm gonna
Just
go I'm gonna go with BTJ,
it is
Ryan Kelly
not
Jr.
BTJ. So now I'm gonna give you a little bit of a hint. The reason I have him listed is because I think he took his quarterback's interception over based on the times I've watched this man play.
So the ball's clearly gone to this guy's hands. Who is that happening to? Man, I Who has a bunch of just tipped interceptions this year?
It might not even be a bunch, but it's just they're so bad. Like it just looks so goofy. And it's somebody that's supposed to be dependable, sure-handed. He's old, and he's the brother of my goat.
Holy crap! Why am I, dude?
It's Travis
Chase Brown?
Swift. So
Oh, not Travis.
Travis Kelsey. I think he
Travis
bet on
Kelsey.
Mahomes interceptions over, man. He's handing them
Dude,
too
he
late.
has. Yeah, he does have a lot of. But I could do that. I cannot think of who has
You're all
just been
good. I'm putting you on the
dropping these
spot.
things.
All right,
It makes sense though.
I hope you speak Chinese award
uh,
because we're trading you to Shanghai. And I said
Viridian
we,
though.
so that's
Shut
your.
the.
I gave you a hint already.
Yeah, yeah. Adoree Jackson.
Not quite, but you're on the right track.
Keely Ringo.
It is Keely Ringo. I had
Yeah.
so much belief in dude just for him to get fried like eggs every time he is on.
Okay.
It's awful, man. I'm so
And
tired of it.
scramble.
Yeah, scrambled, fried, omelet, flipped. I don't know, man. It's he's getting folded.
Hard boiled. Yeah,
All right, all right, all
he's
right. I got two
yeah, he's
more.
not
He's
good.
been so bad. Are you sure you play quarterback award?
Jackson Dart. Huh.
No.
Dylan Gabriel. It's Dylan
I
Gabriel.
thought
It
about
better
it,
be
but no,
Dylan
it's
Gabriel.
not Dylan Gabriel
Oh
either.
wow. Andy Dalton. No, no, I'm joking. That's a guess. No, that's not a guess. Who?
That team
Hmm.
traded for a quarterback to replace him.
Jake Browning.
It is Jake Browning. Should never cut him.
Hey, his wife bad though. You know what I'm saying? Like he gets away with it. He's winning off the field.
My wife better. All right, probably. All right, I got it. Ready? This is the last one. I think it's the funniest. It's also a two-person award. Are you sure you're left-handed? That's the award's name.
Tua.
Tua, and there's one
Tua.
more.
Who is a left-handed? Is it a quarterback?
It is another quarterback. Yeah. All right. Now,
Dude,
are you
who's a
sure you're
left-handed
left-handed?
quarterback?
There's one more. He's in the NFC.
Oh my God, Michael Penix. That is a
The
bum.
Are You Sure You're Left-Handed awards go to Michael Penix, and Tua turned the ball over. Yeah, I just was like, I want to hand out some
Who's that
awards
archetype?
to some people. And yeah, those two, they really deserve that one. So,
I don't know how that archetype gets drafted in the NFL, let alone like top 8 picks. Like I don't get it. I don't get it.
all right. Well, those are our midseason awards. I've loved watching football to this point. It does make me sad that we're approaching trade deadline. And with that said, I
Mm.
wanted to do a little bit of an exercise. I'm gonna give you a team. I'm gonna play the other team. I'm gonna give you a call. We're gonna see if we can make this trade work. You're gonna just decline, accept. If you want to negotiate a little, that's fine. Let's not take too long though. The point is to fly through. All right. So this is gonna sound weird because your rings here, but you are the Vikings. I am the Patriots. I'm gonna give you a phone call here. What's up, my boy? How you been doing?
Really?
How's things going
What's
on?
up, bro?
JJ McCarthy this weekend? No more Carson
How's
Wentz.
the family?
No,
How's
the
the
fam's
family?
great. The fam's great, man. But
Yeah,
let's get down to
yeah,
business. So Drake May's been
yeah.
fantastic, right? He's been great.
Type shit. Mm-hmm.
Thing is like I just feel like we could use a little bit more people that he could throw the ball to. You know, he's been so good. Like even
Maybe,
maybe like
maybe.
one of the best deep ball throwers. So we need someone that can get down there. So you
Mm.
got Justin Jefferson. He's great, man. I'm not gonna ask you for him. I'm not an idiot. You guys, obviously want you want to keep him. However, I saw that you have Jordan Addison, and he's gonna need to get paid soon. Didn't know if you'd want to handle that. I think we could probably handle that. So I was thinking maybe we could do like a 2027 conditional third. It'll turn into a second round pick if your boy gets me 1,000 yards next year, and we'll also
Mm.
throw in a fifth round pick in this coming draft. What you think?
I take that deal.
Take that deal. All
For a
right, let's
damn
get it
good
done.
deal.
Right, write it in. Write it in. We're
Nah,
gonna send a letter.
let me see.
Oh, he said he'd take it. He said
I
he'd take it. You heard that?
nah, I said what I take. Did you hear that? Run it up to the office.
I had Roger on the
That's
line.
tough. The market's steep when it comes to receiver, I feel like, but also simultaneously, I don't know. Young receiver. Would I do it if I'm the Vikings? Not a good year. I'm not trying to pay both receivers. Yeah, I'd take the deal. I'd take that deal. Damn good deal.
All right, deal done. So you
This will
took the
probably be a
first
third
deal. Yeah, it's probably gonna be. Oh, I think it'd be a
in the
second round
Josh
pick.
McDaniels. Well, just in the Josh McDaniels offense. Like it's no one's like no one's getting force fed like that, you know what I mean?
A
Unless you're
thousand
Gronk.
yards though, like 1,000 yards just doesn't seem like too
No,
much
I'm
with eight,
uh,
17 games, 18 weeks, and who knows? Maybe by 2026 season we're playing an extra game.
that's
All right,
true. That's true.
trade accepted. How would that work though? Real quick before we move on, if they were to add a game, would the conditional pick still rely on that game? or would it be like it had to be in the 17 games? This is what we traded for.
Yeah. I wonder how like conditional a pick can get. Like, could you be like it would has to happen within 15 games? Like, could you set a game
I
mark?
don't
You know what
know.
I mean?
We gotta research
Like
that.
that.
We'll answer that
Yeah.
question for ourselves on the next pod. All right, second one. All right,
Mm,
you sir are the New Orleans Saints. I'm Philadelphia.
mm,
I want Chase
okay.
Young, bro. Are you out? Because I feel like you're out on him. We
Chase
need some
Young.
help
Am
on
I
the
out on him?
defensive line. I was thinking maybe we slide you a fourth or fifth round pick and you send him over. We need a little bit of help rushing the quarterback. You guys are. I mean, Kellen. We gave you Kellen, so you know.
Mm.
Um,
Has a year left on his deal after this one. We're 1-7. We suck.
he's.
Need to get
I
out of
looked up
this
his
hole.
stats. He has like 4 total tackles on the year, dude. Like he's not doing anything for you.
Yeah.
He's rotten.
Yeah.
So just let him
We
come here,
are
be a rotational piece. We got a couple fourth round picks. You could take the better of the two, and then we'll also throw in a
you're giving me a
2027
fourth.
fifth.
I'm chomping at the bit. Goodbye, Chase Young.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I
Get
kind
him
of
out of
figured
there.
that trade would get accepted. People would probably say that the Eagles overpaid. However, we have two fourth round picks. We also have made a couple moves for some other later round picks, so giving up that fifth doesn't worry me. I also do want to point out that this coming year, we're more than likely going to get quite a few conditional picks, considering like Milton's
How
gone.
talented we are.
Yeah, so that was kind of the point there. Probably would be considered an overpay, but to try to I'm okay with how we taking shots in this situation. It's supposed to be a shot. I also didn't.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I opted not to go for a corner trade just because I kind of did feel like one would go through, and Howie did actually beat me. I did these prior to him trading for Michael Carter, not expecting him to
And
be fantastic or anything, but I did. But I just thought it was kind of surprising. So,
it surprised me that they traded for a nickel corner.
uh,
That's what that surprised me.
we'll figure that out. We'll talk about that another time. All right, next one. Next one. Ready? I'm Detroit.
Sure.
You're Seattle.
Hmm.
Hey,
Okay.
Tariq, man, he ain't been so good covering. Thing is, he's been
Yeah,
better than what
we're
we
not gonna
got.
pay, bro. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're not gonna pay,
I
bro.
think
What
we're
do you
gonna
got?
pay
What's on the
bro
table?
either. So,
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of pick you expecting? You can we do one in
Let
two
me get
years or
a
does it have to be next? Just trying to figure this
you know,
out.
I'm gonna need next year for sure. My job isn't guaranteed necessarily, even though I'm
That's fair. That's
Dan
fair.
Campbell in this instance, right?
No,
Uh
no, no. You're in
oh
Seattle.
yeah.
You're in Seattle.
Oh yeah. I'm like my job isn't guaranteed 2 years from now. I don't care about those picks. Fuck them picks.
Yeah, fair point.
Um let me get let me get a fifth round pick here.
Fifth
Let me get
round
a
pick.
fifth
Okay,
round
I
pick.
got so 2026 fifth. All right. Do you think you could throw me back a seventh with Tariq?
Yeah, let's get it done.
All right, let's
Let's
get it
get it
done. Send
done.
it in. Send it in.
Get him off our books.
All right, so that one was just Detroit needs some help in the corner room.
Yeah,
They
and
got a lot of
I
injuries
don't think
going on.
Tyreek. I'm not a very big Woolen fan.
I
Like
think
he's
he's
cool
yeah.
Madden wise. He's a physical freak, but this dude gets burnt. He's Keely Ring on steroids.
All right, the next two we're not gonna act it out. I'm actually just gonna ask you what you think in a swap. Raiders call the Colts. The Raiders want Anthony Richardson,
Jesus,
but they're not giving up much. The mock trade, I actually didn't come up with
they're
this
not
one. I
getting
looked it
much.
up. They're not giving up much.
Ugh.
So the actual mock trade that I saw was Anthony Richardson and the Colts 2027 seventh round pick for Eric Stokes, 2 fifths, and a future sixth.
Yeah, I do that just because Eric Stokes sucks, and a 2 fifths and a six,
I said I would do
like
it. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong, but the mock
taking a
trade had
shot.
nothing to do with the corner. It was just like Gino is awful. Like he's
Yeah, no,
bad.
Gina, he's been really
He
bad,
hasn't been
and then
great
you're
this year.
getting somebody worse. And don't get me wrong, but he has potential. I'm not so out yet to not see it,
Oh, this is your
but
Justin Fields.
oh no,
That's what if I mean
I'll
he's
be
more
out
of a
right
he's
now.
he's more of a specimen than Fields is. Don't get me wrong. He's more of a physical demon, but does it not feel like this is your Justin Fields?
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
All right, so you would take that
I'm
trade if you're
so
the
out,
Raiders?
but it's just because it's so like nothing. Like it might as well, like low
Yeah,
risk, high reward.
yeah. I kind of thought so
But
too.
if
That's
I
what I
had to give
incorporated it
anything
for.
of value, if I had to give anything of value for Anthony Richardson, I'd rather just wait for him to get cut from his fourth team.
His
Like,
fourth team.
yeah, no, that dude
Is he
is
more likely to be the next Fields or the next? I'm
he's the
spacing his
guy you
name.
sign when you
Trey
play
Lance.
Lamar Jackson.
Is he more
He's the guy
likely
who
to be
signed when he put
Fields
Lamar
or Trey
Jackson.
Lance? It's the guy you put on the special teams unit or the
Yeah,
scout team.
he's shapeshifter. No, he's more Trey Lance than anything because he'll get a contract or two, but he won't get to start except for preseason games and look like decent on a
Have like
couple Hail
one
Marys.
good game, and then like the other
Yeah.
two are awful. But they're like, hey, you remember that one preseason game though?
You remember that first one where they were playing accountants and insurance salesmen? Yeah.
But
He's an athlete. He's awesome. Like if he was like in any other position, I'd be like, I believe in this guy. But quarterback, so it's almost all mental. And then you need the athleticism on top of that to be a great quarterback. He's just not able to read the field at all. Nothing. Nothing for him.
all right, I like it. I like it. So those were all the trades I came with. Did you have any I have some players that I was going to discuss over the deadline to see if you think they'd
It's more of
be moved or
ideas. It's
not.
more of
Yeah.
ideas for me. Like who is Kansas City getting at running back? Things like that. More
Okay,
so than
so
a
I
player to
actually have
me.
some answers. The ones listed that I've seen to be being explored, or that like the teams are willing to take calls on. I guess Brees. I wouldn't really want to see that just because of a out of a talent standpoint. He's probably the most talented one that's available. I guess to
I
be
think he's
traded for.
buns.
That's fine.
Is
Yeah,
that
you're
crazy to
supposed to
say?
think that. I don't know about Buzz, but I think he's as good as most people think he is. So, but yeah, so I've seen him. I've seen Jerome Ford. I've seen Alvin Kamara, but I feel like that's been like the last 3 years. So
He said he'll retire. He said he'll retire if he's traded. He said I will go and like be done with the like he is like I'm being in New Orleans. He is not playing around about that.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'd be shocked if he got moved, but at the end of the day, it's Kansas City, so maybe he's like, you know what, like that's not a bad team to go to. Not a bad team at all.
And then yeah, so I have some other people like,
Ford's interesting.
yeah, I guess he's not.
He's
Um,
interesting. Like
Alvin
I think
Kamara.
I would.
Alvin Kamara shouldn't get traded just because he's awful. He's old and washed.
I don't know if I agree with that, Buster,
No, I don't
but
think
he's
he's very
old.
good anymore. I
I,
don't think he's there.
mm,
I don't think he's
think he's
got
just
it.
on a bad team. I think he's had a couple special games this year already. To be honest, I think he's just on a really bad Saints team.
Fair enough.
I'm
Players
gonna
I
take the
want to see
I'm gonna
get
take the
moved.
ends off it. Taints. Players you want to see get moved. Hmm.
For me, I'm
Mm-hmm.
tired of seeing his name in
Keep it,
conversations. Yes, I really shut the no.
Ringo.
It has nothing to do. None of these people are on my team. Uh, and one of them I want to be on my team though. So, yes, I want him to be an Eagle, but however, I just so badly want him to be off his current awful Bird team. Free my boy Buda Baker, man. Free him, please. Send him somewhere that can contend. Send him somewhere where he can actually be a useful player on a defense that doesn't suck, on a team that doesn't suck. I'm tired of it. Free my boy. He's in prison in Arizona. Maximum security, bro. They have not letting him out State Farm Arena. It's over. So I want to
Just
see
got
him
in
get
the
moved. I
drunk
want to
tank
see
down there.
one because I highly doubt they trade both. I want to see one of the Saints' two wide receivers get moved, whether it's Olave or Shaheed. I just want to
Both
see it happen. Do you think
or
it's likely
Patriot.
that both could be traded?
Nah, it's
I was
probably
gonna
one or
say
the other, but
that's what I was thinking.
maybe it's on the board. I mean, because Rashid Shaheed isn't like he's cool, but I'm not
I'm also
like
pretty sure he's a
frothing at
free
the
agent
mouth
at the
for
end of the
him.
year, so he wouldn't be
Yeah,
an expensive price tag. He could definitely stretch the. I honestly, I don't know. I
I
don't
don't
want to like
understand
over
the Olave
exaggerate.
one.
I don't want to over exaggerate at all. I think Shaheed is wildly impressive considering who he's had throwing him the ball his entire career. So to see him go
Yeah,
somewhere with a legit quarterback would be pretty cool. Like I don't know where, because like
Drake May would be
I
fire
mean
over
that would pretty yes that would be great. I would love that. He could stretch the field. That's more of the player to me. That's like he's probably not getting 1,000 in the system, but he stretches. He's getting over top balls. So
He's getting an
um,
important 600.
out of these two quarterbacks, do you think one gets moved, and if so, where? Kirk or Russ?
Russ is
Buns.
roadkill,
So is
to
Kirk.
say the least.
They
Yeah,
could have
Kirk
handled business
is
against
it's falling off the
Miami.
bone, but at least he's been in like the Viking system. At least there's like that's our guy type situation. And McCarthy has not been anything at all. They need him to be, and it's like you just know what you have in Kirk. At least they think they probably do. But Russ has just been like, I mean, my God, like so bad. It's
When he came in to throw
ins.
that
If it's
one
not a
pass
deep
against
ball,
Philly.
he can't hit it. If it's not a deep ball, he cannot hit it. The only people giving up deep balls, like that were the Cowboys. The only game he ever had. He has like a 50 QBR outside of that, which is like, not that far off from just throwing it in the dirt every time. Like he's been very bad. At least there's like hope with Kirk. He didn't look good at all, but one game. But he's also been in that system for like the Vikings hypothetically. Like, neither one was getting traded to like Tennessee or something like for a veteran presence, right? Like that. We're talking about like some familiarity. Like I don't see who wants Russ. Who want me? No one. But I can see
I
the
guess
Vikings wanting Kirk. He's more
that's
likely to
probably
be
the
a good
only
league.
likely. The only thing would be Kirk to Minnesota, but it feels
Just
so
that contract. That
going back.
contract's
Yeah,
so
well, he'd
huge,
have
bro.
to. Well, I don't really know how like contracts work like that, but Michael Carter apparently like waived X. I don't want to like say a number. It was like 5 or 6 million. I feel like he was just like, just send me to Philly, please. Like I don't need the money. So he agreed
Mm,
to like have it just evaporated. So if everyone could do that, if I'm Kirk, yes, I want my 25 or what does he get a year right now? Like
40.
40? Yeah, I was gonna say. Of course I want my 40 mil, but if I gotta like evaporate half of it so I can go to Minnesota and be with my guys, I think I'd do it. But I don't really know how that works. If I'm being honest, I don't know if that's like there's
No,
some
yeah, you can do
contracts
whatever you
have
want.
that or some don't. But yeah,
Because
so
you're going
then
to a new team, you can do whatever you want.
I want to see this dude get moved really bad because I like him. I want to see him go somewhere, but I have no idea where he'd be needed. I also like more the person that would get more snaps with him being gone. That person being Harold Fannin Jr. I want to see David
Mm,
Njoku get moved. I don't even know
yeah.
where. I just want to see him get
He
moved.
looks, to me, especially after watching that Browns game, but every time I watch Njoku, his calling card has been that he looks like a freak athlete, right? Like he looks like someone who's sculpted out of marble. This dude has like a beer belly this year. Like he looks like the most out of shape. Like I don't care. Like there's a reason a rookie's beating him out in every statistical category on his own team, right? Like he's still a good talent. He just isn't like to me. He's always just been an athlete at that position. Not to take anything away from him, right? Like not that
Yeah,
that
yeah.
doesn't got to be a
He's been
derogatory
a
term.
physical
He
specimen.
just isn't. He's almost like Debo like last year. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there's something else that goes into it on some pneumonia stuff. Like, but and you can obviously get back to that level. Like he's an all world athlete for a reason. Like he can get back to that level. It's just he's lost a step. He's lost a lot of physicality, and he's not. He's never been like super great at the catch point.
I just want to
So
see him get moved more so for the dude
yeah,
for Harold Fannin to get more touches.
Fan is
But
so cool, bro.
all right, one of the edges in Miami being
Mm,
Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb. I'd like to see them get moved. I hope Philly's
yeah,
calling on one, if not both.
I think it's Chubb.
Not
If I
necessarily
had to
to
choose between
get
the
both,
two,
just calling for both. Just I want to see those guys get moved. I had Mark Andrews listed on here as like a player to watch, thinking maybe he'd get moved after the game he had last night, Thursday Night Football. I mean, it helps his value, I guess, but I don't really know if they're looking to move on from anybody offensively. They're already a struggle on defense, so why lose pieces on the
Mm,
side of the ball you have faith in, I guess. And then, yeah, the last person I had on here was Brees Hall, who you think is buns.
yeah, yeah. I think he is buns. Now the contract thing, I think you can do whatever you want because the Patriots, like when we traded Kyle Duggar, he waived the last 2 years of his contract, and he also took a $5 million pay cut this year. I don't know if he wanted out that bad, if he was just tired of being in the news cycle, or if he knew it was coming. Because apparently, if the Patriots weren't able to trade him, we were cutting him, and then he was going to lose
Strange,
all
but
of that
yeah.
money. We would have ate. Bro, I don't get it. Don't get me wrong. I don't understand it. I love Kyle Duggar, but if we are going to make a swing this season for someone, and we freed up between him and Keon like 10 million, and now we have 44 plus. Like if we're able to go and get a Miles Garrett as a result, I'm smoking dick here. Don't get me wrong. Um,
Wild term, but yeah.
it'd be worth it. It would be worth it for me, but I don't understand it. He hasn't been playing bad. He just hasn't been the starting safety, and I get paying 15 million a year. You're off on a tangent here. You can do
No, you're
whatever
fine.
you
You're
want.
fine. We're closing it up.
You can
This
do
is
whatever you
trade
want with
deadline
the
stuff. So, all right, dream scenario. Give me the two players' dream scenario that you would want your team to trade
okay.
for before the deadline. Not saying you get both, but just give me the top two.
So I know I just brought up Miles Garrett. That seems like insane. So that's not even like a dream. That's like literally like praying, like with all my power. I would love I would love a Chris Olave. He seems to be on the table. and I really know you're not gonna like to hear this, but I want AJ Brown so bad.
It's not
I want him
happening.
so bad. He's not happening, but it's a dream scenario, and it
Well, this
seems more
season,
likely than like
yeah,
a
it's.
Miles Garrett.
I don't disagree with it. I hope Howie wasn't just lying to me, but he said that there's absolutely no chance they even listen to an AJ Brown trade. He's a big part of our plans for the future. But again, that's kind of his job to say stuff like that, quiet the noise while he works behind closed doors. But I'm hoping he was telling the
I was
truth
like,
because
here's
I
two
can't do it.
firsts. Like, how
Yeah,
do you turn that down?
I agree. I don't want to do it. I love Smitty. You know I'm a big fan of Smitty. You know that part of my love for Smith is just that we drafted him. I think he might be the Eagles' best drafted receiver. I think we talked about that in the last episode.
Hmm,
So it's just I just really hope it doesn't happen. I've learned to love AJ. You were the AJ guy pre him being an Eagle. Unfortunately for you, he's an Eagle, so now I'm the AJ guy. Screw yourself. Um, but yeah, no, that makes sense. It makes total sense for me. I, I want to say Buddha because I've always been a fan. I feel like we've always been in the news cycle as to like, oh, we're calling on him. I don't think safety's our biggest need as it usually has been. So for me, it would be I want an edge. So I don't even really care who. I just want somebody. Yes, I would absolutely love Miles. Like you were saying, it's a dream. I don't want to give up 3 first round picks either. Like that's what I feel like we'd have to give. I don't want to do that.
man,
Uh,
I think I'd do it.
I think it
I think I'd
depends on
do
what
it.
I would. I don't want to because we've been such a great drafting team. That's why I
That
don't
is the
want to.
second. That is the second best defensive player I've ever watched with my own eyes, and the
That's
only person
fine.
that's
That's
better is
fine.
Aaron
But
Donald.
I'm not. I'm
I
not.
think
He's
I'd
not
do
even on
it.
my list. I just want an edge player. Even if it's Hendrickson, I don't care what we pay if we don't even pay him at the end of the season. I don't. Well, I do care what we pay if we don't pay him. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to give up a first for a
Yeah.
rental. But none of that matters if we pay for somebody who helps us win a back-to-back Super Bowl. In my opinion, screw the picks. If we're getting another ring, say we gave up a second-round pick, we got Trey. I don't care if we win.
I also
I don't
think,
care.
yeah, Howie Roseman, like I'd trust him to be able to make, something with a couple second round picks, like how the Rams were for like the last like 4 years.
No,
I mean,
I
they
do
bought
too.
they
It's
bought
just
Von Miller for like a first and a second round pick for like half a year of production, but it got him a ring, right?
exactly. So that's kind of
And
my point.
they still built a very confident team with like, and I would I'm and even there's no one I'm
So
questioning in the draft. It's Howie Roseman.
So
There's no one I'm questioning.
if we had to give the absolute like cherry on top of our dreams one, yours would be Miles or would it be AJ?
It'd be Miles. It'd
So
be like
then
if I could have
in that
anyone
case,
in the
mine is
NFL.
Max. Mine's Max. I want Max Crosby. I
Okay.
would love Max Crosby on the Eagles. He's younger. I think he's talented as hell, man. And if I could have an edge
Yeah, he
rusher,
is
we want
great.
an edge rusher. I want Max Crosby. I would also love to get him out of Vegas because I'm a Raider hater, but that would be my like cherry on top.
Crosby could be the second best pass rusher in the league. Like he really could. So that yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I just Miles
He's like
Garrett is such
27
a
years
cut
old, right?
above. Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, like 26 or something. And Miles Garrett's obviously like 28, 29. But he's just I don't this Miles, maybe it's just because it's too much recency bias and I just seen him like have like in a historic game against us. He's just so different. That man is a he's just built different too. Like not even on like no glaze stuff. Like you see him, bro. Like
no,
how
yeah,
does
I
someone even
agree.
look like that?
I
How do
love
you
his
Euro
like
step O
QB
lineman?
graveyard.
Yeah. How do you Euro step a lineman? Like this dude out here just trying stuff because he's you know what I mean? Like that's how it feels. He's just in the flow state.
Yeah.
He's just doing whatever he wants.
All right. So that's our midseason awards. Our trade deadline, not necessarily predictions, but just have some fun, making some fake trades, some mock trades. I love it, man. It's good to be back. It's good to have football. I'm gonna miss it so much. I know we have like a long way to go, but just the fact that it's about to be November tomorrow, it's like super sad.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
super
It
super
is super
sad.
sad.
But nonetheless, we didn't really talk Eagles or Pats. Eagles are on a bye week. There wasn't much to talk about for us. Uh, go Birds.
BTA to the Falcons.
Also, just
That's what
wanted
we're
to
about to
throw
do
something
then.
in. We said something. You said something earlier. It's been on my mind this entire damn time. You said you only think there's like two, three people in the running for MVP. Screw you. Jalen Hurts is slept on. He's in the argument. 20 total touchdowns, only one turnover on the season so far. That is my dog. Do
No,
not disrespect him.
I'm not saying he's in the argument. Not in the argument. I feel like there's only ever like three candidates, so
Nah, no,
that's kind of
I
what I
just had
mean.
to,
Is what goes there.
I had to throw in the Jay
He,
Hurts glaze real
if
quick.
it's not John, if
That's
it's
the
not
word of the day.
JT, if we're taking only quarterbacks, he probably is third. Like genuinely, he's turned it up. I felt like though with the other candidates, I mean we're backtracking a little bit here at the very end, but
No, you're all
unplugged.
good, bro. Finish the thought.
Uh, he has some blemishes this year. Statistically, no, but you get what I mean, right? It's like Mahomes shaky start. Drake May has no blemishes. He's king. He's my sunshine. He's light to the blind. Like he's all that.
Yeah, that's how I feel about
He
that.
has nothing. But like like having statistics with like Jake Delhomme or whatever or whoever it was, where it's like 0 passing yards in the second half, or some of these losses. It's a team loss, but it's gonna affect the quarterback. That's why it's like
Yeah, but now
he's gonna
but
have to
he
like
also
beat them by a
okay
significant,
when
like
the
a little bit
team's
more.
losing, Jalen's the problem. When we're winning as a super team, he can't win no matter what. It's over. It's
No,
over
I agree, but when you
from
have
that
0 passing
narrative. But
yards
yeah,
in a
but
half,
that was a I
that's a
really
quarterback.
believe that it's a big OC issue as well. Not saying that he should be blameless in that because that's ridiculous. But the OC was doing awful. Has had
Yeah,
2 back-to-back
last few
solid
weeks.
weeks. The route
Yeah,
tree is getting better. It's expanding, allowing Smitty to run the ball or get down the field. Jalen finally connecting on that deep ball. But to go from perfect passer rating, 300 some yard game, to follow it up with a 4 passing touchdown game, and then I've just seen him do it on multiple different ways now with precision, precision against the Vikings, hitting the deep ball and being accurate as hell as again against the Giants was fantastic. But then he like beats the Cowboys with his legs. He's a fantastic quarterback. He doesn't get enough credit, so I'll handle it.
that
I'll
is
give him
true.
all the
That is
credit he
true because
deserves.
we're talking about him in like fourth in the MVP race, and it's just like a lot of negatives. But it's like what I'm comparing him to. Like that's what it comes down to,
No, it's all good. I
because
just had to do
he's
some love.
been sacked like way too many times this year for like who he is, what he is. He's held on the ball quite a bit. So is Drake May though. To be fair, I know he has no blemishes, but no one's been sacked more than Drake May. Actually, no, someone has been sacked. Cam Ward. Cam Ward has like 3 more sacks in a year than Drake May. But it's more of just like he's had some just bad moments. I know it's a coordinator issue for a lot of it, but there's plenty of blame to go around in that entire system or what those things were happening. But of course, you're the quarterback. You get the wins, you get the losses. Like you get the credit, you get the blame. That's just what comes with the position. And the market,
I
when
don't
you're a
think he
Super
ever
Bowl
gets the
contender
credit
and you're
though.
in Philadelphia, the hate, like, it's gonna be loud. Not that I
It
feel like
always
there's
is
more
for my
haters
boy
than
Jay
lovers, but
Hurts.
it's loud.
No,
Yeah.
it more bugs me that
He's
it's
just not
like
conventional too. I think there's a lot of that.
the narrative for Jalen's never gonna really be a positive one. Not to say that it never happens anywhere or that he doesn't get the credit anywhere, but it really truly feels like if we're winning and he's doing good, it's well, look at the roster, look at everyone around him. If we're doing bad, no one wants to talk about the roster. Now it's Jalen Hurts sucks. Like
Yeah.
it's
But
frustrating. He can't
also,
win.
when he is winning, people's defense on why he's a good quarterback is because he's winning, though. It's never been like, look at how special he is in this
I'll
facet.
tell
It's
you,
always
look how
been
special he
he's
is.
a
He's
winner.
clutch.
No, I
He's a playoff
understand. I
riser,
understand. But that is that and not in and of itself, he's winning.
I suppose.
Like, it's always been he's winning. That's
Watch him
why he's
keep
good.
winning.
So when you lose, of course, why is he bad? Because he's losing. Like
He
it's, you know what
lost
I
two
mean? It's like,
games. It was 2 games.
yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is his argument's never been he's physically gifted. He, like, in terms of like, like a
500
Justin
pound squats.
Herbert. He is physically
Or
gifted, yeah. And
you
he's a great leader.
I'm gonna argue everything you say, so there's no point. We should
No,
wrap
he's a
this
great
up.
leader, but you get what I mean though, right?
No,
It's
I,
his
I
arguments have
do.
always
I
been
do
he's
because
a
he's
winner.
not prolific. He's not a prolific passer. But what does that really get you? Because my argument would be like everyone says Justin Herbert is a prolific passer. Justin Herbert don't got nothing to his name. I like wins. I like
Yeah.
playoff wins. I like rings. I said it in a plurality because he had the chance to win 2. He'll get me another. That's my quarterback.
Well,
That does it.
you're
It's
looking at
rings
just
versus
Justin
rings
Herbert.
on
Who
everything.
Yeah.
We out, boy.
Okay.
We out.
Yeah,
Happy
yeah.
Halloween. Let's
See y'all
go.
next week.
Go Birds.